This gathering in Newtown comes after months of sifting through the South African men's style scene in search of gold. The finalists come from fields as diverse as fashion, sport, business, architecture and technology, each with their own definitive look.
Now, there's one event every year that when I get an invite, I will not utter the words no. And I'm not talking about someone's Christmas party or even a birthday party, but rather a time where glamour and fashion with well-groomed men come together for a spectacular evening. Ladies, brace yourself for GQ's Best Dressed Men 2017. Can't wait.
Making this list can land a man endorsements, boost social media numbers, and make him a hot topic.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the guys, who's going to take it tonight. All of those nominees deserve it. And yeah, I think after tonight, best believe your boy's going to be on there next year, right?
I think so. By the looks of things, I think. Turn around for us. Let us see the whole outfit. Amazing, amazing. KHUMALO, looking absolutely gorgeous. Tell me about what inspired this outfit.
Well, my stylist said to me florals are quite big and kimonos are quite big at the moment. So she just bought this and said, because it's your brother's evening tonight because he's nominated, let's not overshadow him and let's not overpower the evening. Just come as support, and this is what she gave me.
Menzi, congratulations on being nominated. I believe your sister has been key in putting you together and grooming you this evening.
Yeah, well, it's kind of in the genes, you know. I feel like it's kind of a family gene that runs through everyone, and we have that special thing, you know.
Let's talk about your style. How would you describe it?
I would describe it as the Afrocentric gentleman. The quintessential gentleman is still a man of the world.
Parallel to this couture look, there's a strong move to street style being adopted by youth culture. Both looks are highly influential.
What are you looking forward to this evening?
What can I say? It's GQ, so obviously you expect some luxury and some finesse, you know.
Any tips that you've learned along the way in part of this process?
I've always loved fashion my whole life. I've always tried things. So the only advice I can give a person that wear what you like, man, be comfortable, and that's when people will relate or resonate with your style.
Do you think he's taking it home this evening?
He has to take it home. I mean...
Oh, he's not coming home.
No, you know what? No matter if he takes it home or not, I think he is one of South Africa's most stylish gentlemen. I mean, look at him. Pan, cameraman.
What do you think makes the best dressed man for 2017?
Character. Ultimately, it's not about the suits that we wear, and I think everyone says that, but it's really about what comes in the package, right?
Yeah.
The suit is merely the wrapping.
A GQ best dressed man is someone who takes care of themselves, who is proud to go out looking good and not afraid to show it too.
Sylvester, you're one of the finalists this evening. Congratulations. I just absolutely love how they've chosen captains of different industries this year. It's amazing.
Yeah, I also do like that actually, because it just showcases that style is so varied and comes from different corners, and that's exciting.
Yeah. You're a banker by profession. When you get a call to say, we think you should be one of the finalists for this evening, what goes on in your mind?
I think the first thing you do is sort of look behind your shoulder to be like, who's actually watching you? Because you don't really do things in the public eye or anything, but to be recognized is really, it's nice, really good.
In between shooting the new Scorpion King film on location, actress Pearl THUSI flew in to add some feminine glam as MC.
To actually emceeing this for the second time.
I'm the first lady to do it twice. Listening to the guys talking about what style means to them, fashion, the progress of fashion, especially not just in South Africa but in Africa as well, mixing our heritage, you know, the fusion of African heritage with Western culture and how we're making it work for us as South Africans. That was really, really cool for me. And watching the growth of the brand and the show was also really great.
Yati, 12 years in, what do you think makes GQ Best Dressed Man so successful?
You know, I think there's such amazing talent here in South Africa, especially from a fashion perspective. And for me, one of my greatest pleasures is to take that lens of fashion and really showcase those stories. These guys are doing such amazing work in all their different projects, their different avenues, and they do so many different things because they really bring all of themselves to the table consistently every single time, no matter what they're doing. And for us to have that platform to celebrate it is my greatest privilege and my greatest joy.
Among the finalists who included musicians, financial services consultants and entrepreneurs was interior architect Tristan du Plessis.
Tristan, congratulations on being the final top 10. How does it feel?
Feels pretty amazing. More than anything, just congratulations to the other 9 guys and the guy that won. There's some really stylish guys out there, and me. I'm glad to have made the list somehow.
Do you have any tips for anybody who's trying to kind of get your swag?
I don't know, it's difficult because everything that I do and what I wear just comes from like how I feel. This is how I'm feeling today.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
At number 1, we have founder of Afrocentric Gentlemen. His name is Menzi Mcunu.
Menzi, a huge congratulations is in hand. How are you feeling? You must be so excited.
Overwhelmed, I'm ecstatic. Like, this is crazy. Like, I never thought. Like, being the youngest ever on the list, able to win is crazy. Like,
what do you think it is that made your look or your style of fashion stand out?
I think it's the consistency. Like, I put in the hours every day. I dress. This is not like for the awards. I dress like this every day. I push this every day. I put in the hours. Like, this is me. This is not. It's not an act, it's really who I am.
Also known as the African dandy movement, Menzi's look highlights where he comes from and how the men from that era used to dress. While it's his personal take on the style, it's rooted in celebrating his heritage, culture, and identity. He spotted this gap in the market, and it's now the foundation of his business.
You're only 21 years old and you're already custom designing suits for clients. How did you get into image consulting?
When I started dressing up, I would go to South African retail stores and I wouldn't really find my size. And I think I was in grade 11 and I went to Mumbai and I found out about the culture of custom made. And I got a suit made and that just changed my life. I got back and I really loved the suit. And I just realized that there's no way to get that in South Africa. And I was like, you know what, I can actually make a business out of this. And I was really passionate about it. And by matric, I made custom suits for a whole lot of matriculants in my grade, and that was the start of it. I didn't really know what I was doing back then, but just learning more and more and developing and learning the production process and all that goes behind it. It's been a crazy journey, and this led me to where I am today.
He got to be voted as SA's best dressed man, not by shopping at designer stores, but by browsing antique shops.
You know, I really expected you to go to the typical designer stores, but this is a real gem.
Well, I like things that feel lived in, things that have a history, and I feel like a place like this kind of has those vintage items that you can't get anymore, that are very niched, that have a history to them, and you can get your designer labels here as well. Just seasons that have passed, and I think that's quite interesting.
What style tips and advice do you have for us?
Lapel pins are a good way to stand out. It's frontal, it's in your face, lapel pins are cool. This lapel pin I actually bought here. They have quite a cool selection of vintage.
Well, I haven't stopped admiring yours. I think I need to get one. What do you suggest?
Yeah, this turtle's pretty cool. I think it would look really cool to what you're wearing here.
Well, I love it, and it's funny that you picked out this pin because turtles are actually very significant for me. During Presenter Search, the finale, I swam with the turtle, and that was the moment that got me my top billing career, and I've actually had it painted on my surfboard as well, so this is the perfect pin. Thank you.
You know, it stars align.
Menzi's bare minimum for a man's wardrobe is a tailored suit, white linen or cotton shirt, and a good pair of shoes.
You've already achieved so much at a young age. What's next for you?
I'm currently working on the Afrocentric Gentleman Foundation, and that's a foundation that's kind of centered around redefining black masculinity, and it's going to do so through scholarships, a mentorship program, and talks and stuff like that, yeah. I'm doing the Fashion Week run next year, in which I'm doing PT Umo, the menswear Olympics basically. And I'm doing Milan Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week, and I'm very enthusiastic about that. And from then on, the world is mine, and I'll just take it from there, yeah.
For more inspiration and some finer points on rocking the modern Afrocentric gentleman look, check out Menzi's Oh So Dapper outfits on Instagram.